Good morning. From the office. I'm trying to think, how do I change this up? I got to change this up a little bit. I mean, it's getting too repetitious. Repetitious. Hold on. Turn the music off. Make sure all my phones are down. It's going to be a big day. I've got to make sure nothing gets in the way. It's going to be, I think we're going to have a pretty good time today. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a good day. Don't you? I got a lot of partying to do today. Today, I will do more partying in one day than I have done in a long time. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. And it is going to be, today we have Carla's Corner. Carla's Corner is at 8:30. Looking forward to that every Thursday at 8:30. Carla's Corner. And then at 9:45 today, did you make a New Year's resolution and it's already out the window? But I tell you what, we're going to talk about that a little in depth with Dr. Markwell at 9:45. It'll be today, every Thursday at 9:45, Dr. Markwell, Ridgeline Counseling. And we're going to talk to him about New Year's resolutions, and they may already be gone, and habits. Creating habits. So that's today at 9:45. Okay, you beat me by a couple days because the Cub fan, we talked about this Monday, maybe Sunday afternoon, I don't remember, but we were talking about, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, okay, so Ruth Bader Ginsburg, this is probably a way down the list story for any other network, or it's not a story at all for some networks like CNN, ABC, MSNBC. The list goes on. You know who they are. But Ruth Bader Ginsburg is not at work. That's just how it is. I mean, you know what? In the real world, and that is what I really feel this Donald Trump is trying to connect. It is exposing the divide with them and the real world. Out here in the real world, it's not showing up for work, okay? Now, I don't know, I haven't looked at the Supreme Court Justice, rules here recently, their employment agreement, but I don't know how many sick days they're allowed, all right? I don't know how many days they can miss work, all right, until we have to find do we have like some stand-ins to help? I mean, is there like a, you pick an alternate? You gotta have an alternate, right? So maybe that's what we gotta do now is pick a quick alternate so we just plug somebody in. That's a good idea, Donald. Go with that. Get your alternate ready. 9 Supreme Court justice and your alternate. So anyhow, but she is not showing up for oral argument or oral whatever, argument in the cases. And supposedly, she can watch them at home, just chill at home, or read the transcripts. So she'll be able to rule on these. Okay, really? Now, for you and I, it's not showing up for work. So I was talking the other day because one of my favorite movies is Weekend at Bernie's, right? And I keep saying, hey, you know what? It's time. We've got to see. It's like the Cub fan. The Cub fan says, I want a picture of Ginsburg holding up a paper with today's date. I'm good with that. All right. So put up number 1 there. Matlock. We talked about this. I got to give it to him. All right, this is hilarious. Weekend at Ginsburg's. Weekend. I had to start with. I got to have some fun today. Okay, I got to have some fun because I start getting riled up at what pieces of garbage the media. They're just pieces of garbage out there, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But a little humor to start Tuesday off. That was Tuesday. Today's Thursday, but. We talked about it earlier in this week. I was thinking about building that graphic right there, but he beat us to it. Congratulations, great job. The Democrats' Weekend at Ginsburg. Jokingly, for all of those, not to take it too serious, but I think they need to release a tape, something, just release something, man, because I think the Democrats create their crisis, and like Kavanaugh, and I swear to God, there'll not be a day if the president serves 8 years and another 6 years, 2 terms, there'll not be a day that they don't stage out a crisis. Okay, we'll get into that, but I wanted to give a shout out on that, and then we have another picture. Now, what's Larry King been up to? For some reason I got Larry King on the brain. You got a picture over there that. Oh my God, Larry King's doubling as Ruth Bader Ginsburg. According to multiple sources, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died 6 months ago, and Larry King has been standing in for her since. Oh my God. It continues. Schenectady, go! All right, enough Ginsburg. That's our Ginsburg moment. There we go. It's a Ginsburg moment. All right, today, our Ginsburg moment. There you go. All right, just had to have a little fun. Everybody relax. Everybody gets too bent out of shape. Now, Donald Trump, stay the course. President of the United States, stay the course. Stay the course, period. Don't fold them. You got to, whatever you got to do, somebody email the guy the Kenny Rogers song, okay? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run, never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When Nancy Pelosi's done, don't fold, period. Practice the song, it's done. Nancy Pelosi will fold. You can count your money then. Go to the State of the Union address. Walk in. Have the guy. Who is it? The guy. Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States. Do the whole thing. The whole thing, baby. Walk down through there real slow. Shake hands. Do it all. Shake and bake. Do the handshaking, push that State of the Union all the way home, baby. Get up there and then say, Madam Speaker, Vice President of the United States, in Congress, I'm happy to report the State of the Union is good, it is sound. I'm sorry. I like the whole thing. Do the head shake, shake and bake all the way down through there. Smile, take some selfies, get up there. Then make sure you got some applause lines and tell the Republicans you're going to hit some applause lines and then do whatever. But no, on a serious note, treat it like a real State of the Union. Treat it like a real State of the Union, because Democrats on a daily basis expose every single thing about this country that is no longer relevant to them. It's the State of the Union. Constitutionally, the President of the United States should report on the State of the Union to Congress. I'm going to tell you, I would love for you to just go right across some college campuses and say, what is the State of the Union? We are a union. Period. Now, to me, I'm a states' right guy. I believe we are a union of 57, 54, 53, whatever Barack said we had, 50, whatever. Bada bing, bada boom, who knows the stars anymore, right? Only Obama knew those. But we are a union of individual governments combined. And that's my opinion, all right? And we have state rights. And then we have a federal government that is a union, the State of the Union. And that is why popular vote will never work. because it's a union, because Kansas has every right to be in the union as California, period. I don't care how many people you ever shove into California. I don't care how many people you ever shove into lower LA, Mexico. You have no more right into this union than Iowa. You have no more right into this union, New York and Bill de Blasio, than Idaho. We are a union. And it's so disappointing that our higher levels of education, the Communist Party of Education, the Socialist Party of Education, these universities after universities, that our young people, the mush that they're coming out with in their head, don't understand. Sadly to say, Rhode Island, with Jerry Whitehead or whatever his name, that wacko senator up there, as crazy as you know what, has every right in the union as Illinois. So that being said, it's the State of the Union. So the President of the United States needs to go down to the State of the Union, and he needs to deliver the constitutional speech to the American people and Congress. He's to report to Congress on the State of the Union. And he needs to fill that gallery up there. And he needs to highlight those mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers. He needs to highlight them. And he needs to let the American people see. Because you know why Nancy Pelosi does not want, okay? She does not want the State of the Union address. It's because that's where the Democrats have to sit on their hands. And they can't cheer. And she has to sit behind the president. So when the President of the United States looks up in the gallery and says, if we had border security, including a barrier, and we had money for a barrier, some of my friends up here tonight, the American people, look for yourself. Their family may still be alive today. And when Congress erupts to show them respect, because that statement has money for border security on the border wall, and the Republicans stand up and Mike Pence stands up and they break out in applause, they're going to have to watch the Democrats sit on their hands. That's exactly right. Now, they could do their response. You always have your State of the Union Democrat response. And they'll get to do their response, and maybe Nancy and Chuck will run back there and get a podium together again and do a response. Or maybe they'll let the little socialist from New York go up there to do the response, and she'll sing "A Train Kept a-Rolling All Night Long." Whatever. I don't know. What if their name Acosta? I don't know. But I'm just saying, go do the State of the Union address, Mr. President. Go do it. Don't stop. Sing the Kenny Rogers song. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. I'm telling you. Know when to walk away. But never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when Nancy Pelosi folds, and she will. You stay at it, Mr. President. The shutdown, how are you affected? Are you watching? Let's go through. I've got a little bit of time here before Carla's Corner gets in. Now, they don't want you to see. I think I'm going to do the Syria story after the 8:30 at 9 o'clock. I think I'm going to talk about Syria at 9 o'clock because I could lose my composure. I got to keep my composure today, folks. I got to keep it in here. It's got to stay right in here. All right, you got it? I can't go out of it right now. In the Syria story, I'm going to say some things that's going to spin around and land on you, and I don't know how you're going to take it. But I better hold on to that one. Let's go to number 5. Shut down. Stay the course, Mr. President, because this is what they will do. All right? Now, oh, by the way, let's do this real quick. The show, 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700. It's right here, folks. You can text anytime. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think the president should stay the course or not. 706, there's the number, Chief, and all the social media ways to follow us. Now get back to that picture, because number 5, here's what they're going to do. They're going to go everywhere. Shut down, making it hard, 5:08 a.m. this morning. Shut down, making it hard to know how the economy is doing, which it's hurting everything. Shut down, creating uncertainty for businesses, investors, and farmers. Let's go to number 6. We're just going to go through a bunch of pictures. Government shutdown. CNN has the 26 days, 5 hours, 7 minutes, and 58 seconds. Shutdown, making it hard to know how economy is doing there. Real estate. Let's go to number 7. They're showing the real estate industry is taking a hit over this. Government workers are concerned. You know, the government workers, 800,000, we'll get to that in a minute, is an average of 77,000 a year. Whoa! How you like those Fritos, Batman? Yeah, that's pretty good. Buy a lot of Fritos and chili for the Super Bowl. Anyhow, shutdown, make it hard to know how economy is doing, okay? There it is, unsanitary. We have the unsanitary pictures are back, number 8. You know, government shutdown, you know, unsanitary, just piling up the trash. It's affecting, number 9, it's affecting 2 million contractors. All right, 2 million government contractors could lose paycheck with no back pay. Number 10. TSA reports airport scanners absence skyrocketing. Growing security concerns on air travel. Now, here's what I said yesterday. Growing security concerns on air travel. President Donald J. Trump, I don't know if my message gets directly to you, but I'll say it anyway. Use the military. Do not stop. You have exposed some things in this country that's been long overdue. You've exposed some things that need to be corrected. Okay? Need to be corrected. My hope, now the government is right now reassigning what is essential and non-essential. And I think that's finally some things like this are happening. But do not stop. Use the military. Your military's cross-trained. Hey, TSA workers don't want to go to work? No problem. No problem. Don't go to work. You're not getting paid, don't go work. I mean, find a job, sorry. No money. Right? Send the military in. You're not going to tell me that our military is not trained to be some very good TSA that checks security lines. Let the military check that security. Do it overnight. I mean, we got military all over. You know, let me tell you something. I don't want to get started on this. We got kids all over the world protecting borders for other people. Don't get this train rolling there all night. Oh, no, 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 no. We've got kids. I call them kids because at my age, they're kids now. They used to not be kids, but daggone it, they're kids now. But we got these kids, these men and women, these young people all over the world, protecting other people's borders, all over the world, protecting other people's countries. We're protecting regions. We're taking care of it. And we are fighting to protect our border and our ports and our entries through this country. TSA workers? No, bring them home. We got enough TSA workers. Problem solved, baby. Problem solved. We got enough TSA workers. They're just deployed. Bring them home. Put them in our places. Secure our borders from sea to shining sea, north, south, east, and west. And then we can sit and we can do anything we want from right here whenever we need to, anywhere around the world. We have the capability. Okay? So we got the TSA workers. And we also have the air traffic controllers. So don't let that bother you. Okay, let's go to number 11. Number 11. Government security concerns on air travel. There they are. They're marching. And here we go. Government shutdown date number 12. And she seems to be heartbroken. Okay, she's a flight attendant. And she's She's scared to death. I mean, these are you're starting to hear the stories. Are you hearing the stories? And what is bothering you more? These poor stories that they're coming up with of how people are struggling? And they're manufactured stories? Tell me, are they not? Are they landing? Are these manufacturing sob stories landing with you? Okay. What? Or the fact that does the media really not realize what struggling and crisis and suffering is? Is this what they're calling it? I mean, hey, I'm sorry for you, All right, so now here we got number 13. Celebrity chef is feeding unpaid federal workers. You didn't get paid last week. I mean, go to your neighbor's house and eat, or call your mom or something. You're a federal worker. You were making 77 grand. I mean, I've got the thing. I mean, they're so ridiculous. They're so crazy. The income to these federal workers, on average, is $77,000. They put that up on one screen, and then you're going to tell me you're making 77 grand a year, and the very next week you can't eat, and there needs to be a food line? I'm missing this one. I lived through recession, depression, okay? And the only reason in 2009 and 10 it was not called a true all-out depression is because there was so much money pumped into the federal government that you could not see the depths of the problem. I get that's another day. Number 14. Celebrity chef feeding unpaid federal workers. Disaster relief group gives free meals to government workers in D.C. Celebrity chef. So maybe they went down to see the celebrity chef. This is suffering to them. They're suffering because maybe they can't buy a lip shade or something that they want. I'm serious. Now here's one I love this morning. Number 15. I'm watching these because I know this is coming for days on end. And I think the American people are really... I want to know from you, how are you suffering from the shutdown? Seriously, are you affected? Are you suffering from the government shutdown? Celebrity chef feeding unpaid federal workers. So this guy here, they interview this guy right here, and he's a federal contractor with the Department of Justice. I mean, that's what he said. And they said, well, what are you doing? This is the coffee and food line, all right? So they know they got TV cameras. What are you doing here? Well, I was at home. I swear to God. I was at home, and I seen where they said, if you've been affected in any way by the shutdown, come down here and eat. And I said, sure. Well, might as well take advantage of that. That's what the guy said. I mean, and it's got some people in CNN headquarters crying right now. Number 16, government shutdown effect mounts. I mean, they're manufacturing these little groups, and number Pelosi changed the date when we go to State of Union. I got one more here. I want to get one. Go to number 21, all right? And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this because it didn't show up very well. But, all right, a typical federal worker, this is on MSNBC, a typical federal worker has missed $5,000 in pay from the shutdown so far. You didn't work a week. Okay, wait a minute. You didn't get paid last Friday. That's 2 weeks worth of pay. You're getting $2,500 a week? Or even $1,500, $2,000? How much you getting? So combine, that's more than $200 million per workday. $200 million. Now I don't think they realize what they tell you. $200 million a day. This is all your money. This is your tax money. You send them because you see all the things on social media. Hey, do I still have to pay taxes this week? You're paying this. I mean, some people get aggravated when somebody says, hey, my taxes pay your salary. We probably should all get back to that. And they should get back to realizing that. All of them, from Congress, everybody. Combined, they're $200 million per day, per work day. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of cheddar, right? So that's a lot of cheddar. While the medium federal salary is $77,000, about 1/5 of the workers make less than $50,000. Many have said they have less than a month's savings. So they're 50. Now the average is 77,000. And I'm going to tell you, there's not a lot of them making less than 50. And they went 1 week and they got to hit a bread line. Whoa. Donald Trump stayed the course, show up for the State of the Union, give the State of the Union, do it on a serious note, do it the right way, and let Nancy cracked. Her facelift cracked when she canceled the State of the Union. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back after these messages with Carla's Corner.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance. Going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less. Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet. Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ella, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
At Pizza Hut, we're more than just $5 medium one-topping pizzas. Whoa, wait, medium pizzas? For $5? And all these sides, only $5? I'm speechless. The new $5 lineup, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
When it's done.
We are at the chamber.
I know, isn't this awesome?
They've always wondered, where is the chamber? And we're here.
Yeah. I just thought, I was like, we talk about it so much, maybe it would be a good
We are
idea
at
to
the
be
Welcome
here.
Center.
Yeah.
I like it, but I don't know. It feels like I have to, somebody's going to come to the counter any minute, and I'm going to have to help them and tell them where
That's what we're doing, though.
Oh, that's what we do.
That's what we do. We
Hi,
help
it's
people.
Carla's Corner. Hi, Carla.
Hey.
Big day. Big day.
Yes. Yes. We're ready.
Are you ready?
I'm trying to keep my hair straight. Keeping my hair done.
Today is the Gilmer Chamber annual business meeting.
Yes.
So we have to go there and we got to, business. We got to get all business.
Yes.
And we got to do all the,
Member of the year.
Business
of the year.
But there's a good lunch.
Citizen of the year. Yes, I saw the menu. I'm not telling you what it is though, but I saw the menu. And we have to have our board of directors sworn in, and we should
get an award for best show of the year. We got to add that next year. And the
almost-
winner goes to best show.
Did you see?
Don't tell them we're the only show, but we are the only show in town. I've always wanted to say that.
No, that's gonna be how you're gonna get yourself an award.
Yeah.
I almost posted every Thursday morning. I do a little cute Bitmoji of us, and I almost did one this morning of it was like a statue of you, and then me standing small beside the statue, and I was gonna be like, if you didn't watch last week's episode, instead of creating an award, we made a statue.
Oh, you're funny. What's going on?
Nothing, just this annual meeting's always a big deal. I'm so glad we don't have a weather issue this year. It seems like every year we have a weather thing, and we either have to move it or worry about it. And this year it's all good.
Yeah, it's a great meeting. It really is. It's a great meeting, and it's the business meeting of the year. And now.
Beautiful sunrise this morning, by the way.
And right after the show, I have to go get dressed up.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to. I said I was going to.
I was looking for the Carla's Corner video from last week or the week. It was last week. Last week was my first week back, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was looking for that video, and YouTube ranks them by the most viewed videos, and so this one popped up, and I wanted to send it to you. And it was when you had like the long hair going, and I had long red hair, and I was like, woo! Wow. I was like, I don't know if we've matured or just become more sensible people about our hair.
Well, I tell you what, it's funny you said that. The other day I went next door where I get my hair cut, and I said I'm thinking about just letting it grow again. So, all right, I'm thinking about it.
We're definitely.
I need to be over with that.
We definitely look a lot better than we used to. Now there was the one where you had
Is this about?
What was that?
What's this show about?
What was that movie? You had like a Full Metal Jacket, like military buzz cut. There was one of those. I saw that. I was like, dang, I don't remember that. Yeah, so we've been doing the show, 3 years now?
Yeah.
3 years now. You can really go back and see some hair. I mean, I thought, we made fun of Paige, but in reality, we are not much better.
We have footage to go back.
We have footage.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked in your lifetime at any time as a server in a restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I worked in restaurants for like years.
Okay. So, did you ever have that bad night where somebody wore a drink accidentally?
What do you mean wore
You
a
spilled
drink?
a drink.
I never spilled a drink
You
on
did?
anybody. No.
Did you ever work with somebody that did? Did you see that?
Mm-mm. I dropped a tray of food before, but not on somebody.
Last night we went out to eat, not here in LJ, we were out of town, and we stopped on our way home to eat, and this young lady, is her first night ever serving, and the table next to us, when she comes over, I mean, water glasses are like this high, and by the time she puts the tray down, because we were just seated there, right there, time she puts the tray down, you hear a disaster. And then you hear a domino effect where like, oh no, this doesn't end well. And the one guy is soaked. I don't mean he is, gets what he is soaked. And then like the whole team in this restaurant, it's a nice place, comes over and they're trying to be real nice to these people and get them moved. So she happens to be our server. So after they get this situation under control, and I'm telling you, it was like, whoa. She comes over, and it was tough because you could tell this young lady was, she was ready to cry.
Yeah,
She was all, so we were saying, relax. We were saying, relax, because she knew we seen her. We said, relax, right? Everything's good. Everything's good. Well, this is my first time. I've never done this, and I'm new at this. And it was like, so last night we were talking about different situations that we've seen where a server had an accident. But last night I was like, wow, I felt so bad for that young lady.
We've all had our epic fails in our careers, those moments where we didn't proof something or we didn't think something through before we did it, or an accident happened or whatever. I mean, we've all had. Mine just happened to not be when I worked in the food service industry.
Well, no, but I felt, and actually she did a very good job with us, and she was a nervous wreck and everything, and I'm not bragging here. I do want to say it though. But you know, when it came time to, I feel the restaurant probably comped the other family's meal.
I'd hope so.
And I would say it came out of her pay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say you'd be shocked how many restaurants that they're not going to comp and just give it away. So you know, you pay a fortune as a server sometimes for the mistake. So you know, we put a little extra on the tip, knowing it might have cost her that night last night, and you know, and she may have had a bad night. So, but anyhow, I was just wondering because I heard this, I was like, oh, this doesn't end well. I heard like a domino effect, and this guy's getting up. I was like, oh gosh.
I worked at, and I'm not going to say where, but I worked at a barbecue restaurant, and we would get these trays with just slabs of ribs, you know, that people would order. And
Yeah.
we had a food runner, like, for that. We had this nice, strong young man that ran the food for us because those trays were so heavy. Of course, me being the kind of girl I am, he was busy. I wanted my food out. I was on it. I was a good server. I tried to grab that tray out the window, and it's just, I could, as soon as it got all the weight
Fred
got on my
Flintstone
arm,
ribs, huh?
I just lost it. I couldn't hold it. It was too much weight.
You always wondered why Fred Flintstone's car tipped over. It's those ribs.
Yeah, it was heavy.
Well, I didn't mean to go there, change things up. It was just, I thought last night, I said, how many...
I will say this, and I don't know if you've done it, but in this newer era of workforce issues is what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Workforce issues. My level of expectations in the food industry, if I get cooked food, I'm happy at this point. Like, that's the bar now. If my order's correct, I don't expect my order to be correct anymore. I don't expect to get napkins and condiments and it's just, the bar is not there anymore. It has lowered. It has lowered all the way down to, I just hope my food is fully cooked and edible.
Well, I hear that, but I want to say, to get off that subject, the one thing I want to leave with is, you know, the couple. Well, there was three. They looked to be about my age that this happened to, and I'm telling you, when this gentleman stood up, he wore some. He was wearing water, and they had not even ordered. They just got their water. But they treated the young lady very well. They did not lose their temper. They did not stress.
Nice.
They were not mean to her. So I want to say, because you know, sometimes you just don't have to treat people bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't anymore.
Anymore?
Again, bar is lowered.
Okay.
Well, I went to a dinner one time with some people, not people I wanted to have dinner with, but it was an obligatory dinner. And the manager, not the manager of the restaurant, the manager of the business that I had to go have dinner with. Anyway, they brought out the steak, and he looks at the waitress and he says, "I just want to let you know this steak is not cooked correctly." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I'll bring you out another one, or we can throw it back on the grill. You know, whatever you want us to do." You know, she was like completely willing to fix the problem. No, not necessary. Just wanted you to know so that you could let whoever know that did it wrong that they need to do a better job. Like, just a total, this poor girl was like willing to fix the problem, and he's just being a total not nice person. And I was just like, I will never treat somebody that way. I don't care. I would never treat, plus I've worked in the restaurant industry. You don't want to know what happens to your food when you're meeting
You know what? I don't want to bring the show too serious, but I think what's lacking is appreciation. I know I'm a different generation, but when we grew up, we appreciated when people did things. We showed our appreciation, and I've everywhere I go, I've been watching to see, and I don't like to get into generational conversations and say, well, the 20 to 30 now and this. But what I see in that 20 to 30 range right now is a lack of appreciation that somebody did something. I just see a lack of appreciation. That's my opinion, and that's what my just personal survey is a lack of appreciation for things. You're supposed to do that. Okay, well, you could say you appreciate it. I don't know. Am I wrong? I guess I'm wrong. Huh?
All right, let's talk about Ella J.
That was boring, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just came up.
We're reaching.
I'm not reaching for anything. I got a lot of stuff today.
There's a lot. Yeah. We got a lot going on. So, I just wanted to mention there's some great activities coming up at the library. Someday, Heath, the librarian at the library,
yeah,
he goes on other shows and talks about the library. I'm calling you out, Heath. You go on other shows. You talk about the stuff going on at the library. Don't come on my show. Go on other shows.
Did you ask him?
I'm calling him out right now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. You got to tell me when we're calling somebody out so I can get in on it.
Yeah.
I can't just say,
He
I didn't know.
goes on
I'm
other
calling
shows and talks about how great the library is and all the activities at the library. And here I am over here promoting the library and talking about the library, but you don't ever come on my show. Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
I'd love to have the library over here.
Yeah, they do so many great things.
And we're
so
always
many
talking
great
about.
things. We're always talking about the library. So anyway, let's.
So I'm going to join in and calling him out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because he could be right here talking about the
He
library.
He could totally be talking about all the storytelling in Ella J. Georgia's Gold Belt. They're going to have a special speaker come into the library to talk about Georgia's Gold Belt and all the places where gold was found in Georgia. Isn't that interesting? Nope, nobody's here to talk about it, I guess. Just putting that out there. Family story time. There's going to be, let's see what else is on here. I don't have my glasses. Oh, well. Well,
Really?
if he was here, he could talk about it. But if I had my glasses, I could see what's going on.
That's interesting.
Anyway, I also wanted to talk about Wine About Winter. I touched on it last week. We do have a full schedule up on our website now of all of the activities that will be happening. It starts Groundhog Day weekend. I believe Groundhog Day is on a Saturday this year. So it will be Groundhog Day weekend. And there'll be events on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There will be special events at each vineyard, and we have that schedule so you can see if you want to go to like the individual special events or if you want to just hit up some live music at all of them. They'll have tasting specials. Lots of events happening. So the information is on our website. There's a blog about it. There's a cool video we just shared on Facebook. So there's lots of cool things. There's going to be groundhog contests where you got to find. We talked about that last week. We got to find the groundhog. They're going to have the Sunny and Share the Love thing with the sangria shots, and so that's at Fain and Goat. But the participating vineyards are Fain and Goat, Ott Farm, Ingelheim, Carter Cave Vineyards, and Chateau Maitri. So there'll be events happening all weekend. I will be making my rounds.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You don't understand how excited I am about this.
If it's a wine about winter or wine about spring or wine about summer or fall, she'll be making her rounds.
I should have a wine about summer, because I whine about summer more than I do winter.
No,
I'm hot. I need.
Was implying you like your wine.
I do. I'm so excited about wine about winter.
Good for
Last
you.
year was so much fun. So I'm so excited about this year. And if you want to see some clips from last year, do check out our video on Facebook and YouTube, because it's got a lot of, you can kind of see what we did last year, and it was a lot of fun. I wanted to mention that Gilmore Arts has their live musical theater coming up starting next weekend. It is the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. They've got information about it on their website and on their Facebook page, but I wanted to make sure you guys knew about that. They're also going to be holding some other things at, sorry, my brain's going blank, at Gilmore Arts. They've got the Fiber Arts exhibit going on, as well as they're going to be doing some live artist events. They're also about to hold the auditions for Southern Fried Funeral, so if you're interested in being in that rip-roaring comedy, you can do that. But I wanted to just throw out some stuff that's happening in Gilmore Arts. There is always something happening, whether it's acoustic blends, an art exhibit, a performance at the Playhouse. Something is always happening at Gilmore Arts, and most of those, almost all of it, is on our calendar.
I want to be
events.
in a play.
Well, go be in Southern Fried Funeral.
What are the parts?
You have to go and look at the play script. The play script's on there.
Okay. When is the auditions?
Auditions are January 21st, so Monday from 6 to 8, or, hold on, go back, or Tuesday. See what Tuesday's schedule is. Tuesday, 6 to 8. So Monday or Tuesday, 6 to 8. It says Dewey Fry is dead and the rest of his family is left to pick up the pieces. That is, if they don't kill each other first.
So what else is going on? I told them I want to be, they never called me. I want to be in a play, but only when they do a play that has an attorney in the script.
The Tater Patch Players also has great performances. They've got their lineup for the year. In fact, I got that this week. Let me pull that up, and I'll tell you kind of what they've got going on as well. Let's see. We have, starting in February, they will have the Kitchen Witches. And in April, Drinking Habits. We could be in that one.
Sure.
In June, one called Greetings. September, On Golden Pond. And November, Dearly Beloved. So several performances with them this year. We're going to be putting out some information of performances you don't want to miss at both the Tater Patch Players and Gilmore Arts Playhouse. So I wanted to bring that up.
What else is happening? Hey, do you know Poxitani Phil?
Yeah, it's Groundhog.
Okay, just wanted to check. It's the most famous groundhog in the world, Poxitani Phil.
If you go on our Wine About Winter book, I have the whole history of Groundhog Day.
Oh, do you?
And how it started.
Oh, so that's all I had to do.
Yeah, I already did the research. I had to justify the drinking. We're celebrating a national holiday that was a tradition brought over from our founding fathers.
Slow down. With the brief time we have left, we want to thank you for tuning in. But we want to thank Josh for our background today, because we always talk about the Gilmer Chamber Welcome Center, and this is actually the Chamber Welcome Center right here behind us. And we always talk about all of the. Now, what do you call those cards? I call them something one day.
Brochures and rack cards.
Those are rack cards. They are all the way around there for all the things that are taking place up here. Also, they have somebody there that can help you in the Welcome Center. Mm-hmm. When are we going to announce Welcome Center, the other one?
In March.
But can we say it's happening?
Oh, yeah.
So I had an opportunity. I didn't ask. Easy. I wanted to tell a quick story. I had an opportunity the other night to go through the Watkins house, and it is what they have done. That's going to be the new Welcome Center in downtown LJ. Don't look so upset. I wanted to
I'm
tell
not
you.
upset. I'm
And
laughing.
I'm going to tell you something. What they've done in the remodeling of the Watkins house, every citizen in this county should be proud of it.
For those
for
of
the
you that don't know
restoration.
what the Watkins house is or the building that we're referencing, it is the 2-story brick home that is next to the courthouse located on the roundabout between Dalton State and the courthouse.
The wood floors in the front. Now the back they could not save a couple rooms, but the front rooms, which is a lot of rooms there in the front, the wood floors, I understand are 100 years old.
The original to the house.
Yes, and they refinished those floors, and they look amazing, like they're new floors.
It's pretty amazing. And then the matching, where the rooms that were not original, because there were some add-ons to the house, they matched the floors, so it makes the whole house look like that was the way it was supposed to be.
So that Gilmer Welcome Center is coming in March. They'll make that announcement. They're almost done over there, ready to go. And this is the Gilmer Chamber Welcome Center. But don't forget, all you have to do.
We're not moving, by the way. That is going to be an
Yes,
additional
that's the
welcome
downtown.
center downtown.
Right.
That building will host 2 meeting spaces that we'll have available that for use, and we'll have a huge exhibit hall in it that we will use for multiple things, either to host events, exhibits, information and the cool thing about this, and I'm really excited, this is going to provide some additional restrooms when we have events downtown. It's going to provide a place when we have events downtown for people to get information. We will be able to host more things in that welcome center, get-togethers, mixers, things like that. It's going to be such a great space for us to utilize. So we're really, really excited about it.
And just walking, you're on the square there, so you're walking distance from all the shops and the restaurants and everything like that. So yes, it's going to be in addition to the Welcome Center out on 515, and this is our background. But you can go to the website. It's gilmerchamber.com there. Right there you see it, gilmerchamber.com. And up in the right-hand corner there, you click here, and that's the calendar of events and everything that's going on, from Wine About Winter and anything and everything that's happening is in that calendar of events right there. You can check out all of the different categories there. And I feel like categories, like we're doing a game show, all the different categories.
I just realized I called Heath out, but I don't think I've ever actually invited him on the show.
You can call him right after the show and apologize. I think you need to get in front of that. That's one of the things I think you want to get in front of. I didn't know we were calling him out.
I didn't
You
think
put me
about
on the
that.
spot. And I usually just go, if you do something, I just go with it. And because, and
We should
now
have it like National Library Week. That's when he should come on the show.
I think maybe you should get in front of this. I just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
No, we were having a little bit of fun today. We would love to get some guests in here to highlight some of the different things that happen in the county. We've been talking about that, so we want to get our local library in here because we support them.
I get to tell you, you'll be the first to know. Sorry. First to know. Exciting news. First to know. Guess where we're having our first business after hours?
Okay, where?
Mountain Cinemas. The new movie theater is going to host us, our first business after hours this year. It's going to be February the 20th.
Are we seeing a movie?
They will have, I think, one of the theaters where you can see it. The 26th, February 26th, will be our Chamber of Business after hours at Mountain Cinemas.
Oh.
It's exciting.
You seen a good
Just
movie
want to
lately?
put that out there.
You've been over there to see a good movie?
We saw Mary Poppins.
Did you like Mary Poppins?
I loved Mary Poppins.
Did you? Okay. Our time is up. Gilmer Chamber Welcome Center. Thank you, Carla. And don't forget, you can always find this segment on our YouTube channel FYN TV Fetcher News, and check the playlist. The playlist is Carla's Corner. Share it with your friends. We'll be back next Thursday, same time, same place, but this afternoon we're going to be joining all of our chamber member friends at the yearly business meeting. Carla, you better run. You got a lot to do.
I know. I'm supposed to be there at 9 o'clock to help start setting up.
All right, we're out.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance, going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
At Pizza Hut, we're more than just $5 medium one-topping pizzas. Whoa, wait, medium pizzas? For $5? And all these sides, only $5? I'm speechless. The new $5 lineup, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
And we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. You are watching Good Morning from the Office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Welcome. You can contact the show, 706-889-9700, chief@fetchernews.com. There's all the social media ways you can follow the show. Gonna party like it's 1999. If you kids out there, you don't understand that. We kept waiting for 1999. We just kept partying and partying, wondering when will 1999 ever get here. Damn, it's just a bad. Everyone, there's songs in your life that think I don't know. You know, if you hear I'm gonna party like it's 1999, man, woo, it's 2018. So the Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, has tweeted out 4 minutes ago, fresh off the Twitter deck, the left has become totally unhinged. Unhinged. They no longer care what is right for our country. Bottom line, they do not care. Totally, completely, thoroughly unhinged. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, that being said, you know, Giuliani, listen, I don't want to take my time with Giuliani, okay? Giuliani can't say no one colluded, only that Trump didn't. So Giuliani goes on with Cuomo on CNN, and I always think they just put Giuliani out there from time to time to throw a couple darts on the wall because it has spun the media's head off, okay? So nothing legally happens. That's what's amazing here, okay? Is it's not like something legal has changed in this whole Russian witch hunt, okay? But they'll send Giuliani out from time to time to spin the media top. And this morning at 6 a.m., Giuliani headline MSNBC with Morning Joe and Minka. He was the big talk, and CNN was the big talk. And he's all over the paper and everything, New York Times and Washington Post. There's articles everywhere. Giuliani can't say no one colluded, only that Trump didn't. That does not change legally anything of what Mueller has, will get, and will report. Giuliani, his job every once in a while is to just go out, mess with the head of the media, throw out a little something, and then come back and retrieve it in, and then go on some morning shows 4 or 5 days later and say, you took me out of context. It wasn't what I meant, whatever. So I don't put anything into every time when Giuliani pops up. Giuliani disappears for 2 weeks. You think it's a coincidence? And then all of a sudden he does, 4 days in a row, a media cycle. And then there's no need for Giuliani. You don't hear, like, where's Rudy? So it's irrelevant to me. I don't want to hear anything about Rudy Giuliani. That is just something that they just keep spinning the head of the media when they want to mess with them. All right? There's an enormous amount of information about, we'll go into this in a minute, the dossier. I had some information up earlier. I haven't lost it yet. Dossier shocker, top DOJ official sounded alarm, warned of Clinton connection and possible bias. So the DOJ, Bruce Orr, okay, there's a big story out where Bruce Orr, the Justice Department, was fully aware that the notorious Steele dossier was connected to Hillary Clinton and might be biased, a crucial detail which was omitted just weeks later from the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. Sorry about that. The FISA warrant. It was just weeks later. Okay, it was omitted. It was not put in. Used to spy on Trump's campaign. Now this is coming out this morning. It's everywhere. It came out yesterday, late last night, everywhere. From the Hill, Bruce Orr, according to Solomon sources, which has proven impeccable, the former number 4 Department of Justice official Bruce Orr, who had extensive connection with Steele, briefed both senior FBI and Department of Justice officials in the summer of 2016 about Christopher Steele's Russian dossier, explicitly cautioning that the British intelligence operative work was opposition research connected to Hillary Clinton's campaign and might be biased. This is bombshell stuff. Now you get up and CNN and MSNBC start talking about bombshells, and you get up and they're doing hours and hours of these poor people that are being hurt and suffering from a government shutdown. There are things going on that I think will break. I hope are breaking soon. I really do. I hope some things are getting ready to break real soon. But here's what I wanted to talk about, because this is what I think. And I want to make this little statement, and I actually want this labeled something in the reference of my opinion on Syria. and the ISIS attack, okay? Now, give me number 19. So I think you know by now, if you watch a show, I like to go at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and 6 in the morning. 3 top hours, and I like to see what the networks are going to run, okay? And I look generally at Fox, MSNBC, and CNN. And I was disgusted by the appearance of how much, and I know how this is my opinion. This is just my opinion, that how I was disgusted by the appearance of how it looked at CNN, and if you'll look at this, the timestamp is 5 a.m., okay? 4 Americans dead in Syria, ISIS attack, okay? Now, I could sit down and I could go through a year and show you an attack anywhere, different kinds of things that have taken place that don't make CNN at all, MSNBC at all, okay? But they made sure this was 5 a.m. These are the things that confirm the deep state. Now, the military, the men and women that sign up, if you're sitting somewhere at home, and we just had a young man that was returned his body to Murphy, North Carolina. So when that young man went in Murphy, North Carolina, and met with his recruiter there, okay, he was not discussing the deep state. He was not discussing the military in any way. He wanted to join the Marines, okay? So these people do not know the inner workings of the deep state when they enter the military. But I want to say this, okay? I want to say this. Hold on just a second. Take a brief break. Just a brief. I apologize for that. I had to check into something. Go back to that same picture. Please forgive me on there. I had to check on something before I went any further. But the point I'm getting to is the military is used all over the world when you get up to the Pentagon level and all over the world, NATO, everywhere across the world. The military is used for profit. I know you're not going to like anything I say on this. And when the President of the United States, okay, the President of the United States said he was going to pull out of Syria, you want me to believe, now I'm just saying, you do your own belief here, but when the President of the United States came up and said, you know, for Christmas, a month ago, he was going to bring the troops home from Syria. Okay? That he was going to bring the troops home from Syria. And ISIS, we had basically ended ISIS. It was over. That a month later, ISIS attacked, and 4 Americans are dead in Syria. I'd say you got to do a double take on that, folks. And then on top of that, CNN Okay? And let me get one here. Number 27. Okay? Top of the hour. 4 Americans dead in Syria ISIS attack. Okay? And I thought I had some MSNBC. Let me go back and see if I got anything here. I thought I had something from them on that. Hold on just a minute. Number 4. MSNBC at 4 a.m. this morning, actually 6 a.m., okay? 6 a.m. in the morning. First thing, just like CNN, you've seen the timestamp. Just hours after ISIS claims responsibility for Syria deadly attack, Vice President Pence says ISIS has been defeated. They seem to be, this morning as I was watching their shows, to me, too happy to bring that news. Too gleeful to try to show the president was wrong in foreign policy. Too gleeful. Now, you got to, I just want you to think, all right? These are one of these things that I'm not telling you what to think. I promise. Let me just get this clear. I just want you to think, okay? President Donald J. Trump comes out and says, I'm going to bring our 2,000 troops home from ISIS, okay, out from Syria. Okay? I'm going to bring them home. Immediately, senators and Pentagon officials and people start rushing into the White House. Because what do they have? They have military contractors, these lobbyists that don't care if you're kids. Lobbyists and corrupt mega billion-dollar, trillion-dollar families around the world, okay? I guess, I don't know. Let's just say Rothschild for the hell of it, because every once in a while you just got to throw the damn name in to say it. But you got these lobbyists, these military contractors. This is money. We've created this behemoth. The caring about our men and women in uniform by some of these groups, no, it's not there. But the President of the United States says, I'm going to bring them home. They can work TSA. They can work our border. We pretty much defeated ISIS. That's the way he felt. No, they rushed right in. Mr. President, no, you can't do that. And then on top of that, Mattis leaves. Kelly leaves. Now, they say Kelly was planning to leave anyway, but then Mattis got mad and left, right? And you want to tell me a month later? You want to tell me, right? You want to tell me that then ISIS kills 4 Americans in Syria? I'm telling you, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Okay? I think the deep state is that corrupt. I think they're that dangerous, that evil. They do not want, you have a president of the United States that does not see a reason why all of our kids are all over the world, and why we are the world's watchdog, doing things for everybody and everything and at our expense. We can't secure our southern border. Let me tell you something about Donald J. Trump. I don't care what they tell you about this man. When a family comes in and they lost their child to an illegal in this country that should have never been here, and Donald Trump looks into the eyes of a mother that's crying, to him it's real. And to him, nothing should come across this border. When Donald Trump goes to West Virginia, he's in there 10 times, and someone stops him in one of those lines and says, Mr. President, I lost my daughter last year to, drug overdose. Please stop it. Mr. President doesn't want it coming across that border. You have not, I'm not going to judge anybody in the past. I don't believe they ever cared about your kids and drugs. I think for the first time in my lifetime, you've got a true president of the United States. This man does not drink. This man does not do drugs. This man does not do any drugs. He hates drugs. He has seen what drugs has done to our kids. Okay? Let me tell you something. I know I keep saying, let me tell you something. But you know what? I'm starting to get, I knew I was going to get frosty on this one. Bill Clinton, rape. Oh, hell yeah. Rape. Whatever the hell them Clintons have done, right? And we had to tell the American people he smoked marijuana, but he didn't inhale. Like the Kennedys didn't drink like a fish. I think one was drinking so much one night they went off of the bridge. Right? Bill told us he didn't inhale, but he smoked marijuana. And then we know George W., we heard that, we heard stories, we're just saying, George, a little cocaine, little tootsarutsky every once in a while. We just heard that. This guy, you have the first president, to me, in my lifetime, that absolutely does not want to see drugs come across that border, does not want to see somebody come across that border and kill your kids, and truly wants to stop it. Because he can't get the Democrats to go along with putting up a border security and then putting the sonar or whatever it is to where we can look for these tunnels and put a stop to it. No. But we're okay with sending them kids all the way around the world and spending trillions of dollars defending other borders, other countries, and then we got a coincidence that ISIS kills 4 Americans when Donald Trump wants to bring our troops home from ISIS? Oh, you trust too many. You trust too many of our intelligence agencies. Let me tell you, I'm not going to go down no rabbit trail, but you don't do enough looking into the CIA and the FBI and the DOJ and the military and the Pentagon, and you don't do enough in looking at other countries. War's big money, folks, and they don't want to bring our kids home. I'm going to take a break because I got to wrap up. I got to do one more segment. I didn't want to get on the Syria issue. Take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance, going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. I got a note saying, hey, Marty McFly, did somebody send you back to 2018? Because when I was talking and saying I was going to party like it was 1999, then I said, well, it's 2018, it's 2019. I tell you, I haven't stepped over that 2019 quite the way I should have already, huh? Let's see, we got nothing on the Twitter deck. We've already looked at that. Now, this is something... And let me say this to you, because I want to find something. It shouldn't take but a second, so bear with me. I want to see something here, because all right. Now, let me say this, okay? Watch out, and I'd like for you to share with me if you see any. Watch out for the sympathetic stories that they make up and they don't fact check, and they will just lie to you. So let me show you this one story here, okay? Let's go, because what they did this morning, they're starting to go around the country, and And let's go with number 22, flight safety concerns. They want to scare you, okay? So what they want to do right now is they want to scare you that the possibility of flying and the concerns, and they went with the flight attendant. Next they'll find a pilot. They'll get a release for statement from an airline, maybe, I don't know, but they want to scare you. So I would say, hey, you know what, President of the United States, if TSA, I think they said TSA this time last year averaged 3.6% calling in to take off work, is up to 6.2% today. So there is a spike, this little spike. I would say, Mr. President, do not waste time at the airports. Do not waste your time. Put the military in there. Put them as TSA agents, and put them as TSA agents and air traffic controllers immediately when necessary, because flight safety concerns, because the media does not care to scare you, and the media does not, they don't care about this country. They do not care, people. Get a grip, okay? They do not care. They will report, and maybe they're telling ISIS that we're vulnerable, right? I mean, we're vulnerable is what they want ISIS to believe, right? So, hey, and maybe a terrorist, hey, look, America's vulnerable again, flight safety concerns. So, Mr. President, don't waste time with it. Don't play their games. You have the right to do that. If you think it's a flight safety concern, you can do it immediately. Now they're going around, okay, number 24, they talked to this guy here, right here. They're trying to make flight safety a scare tactic, okay? This guy out in Seattle, he's an air traffic controller, okay? He's talking about air traffic control. Don't let it happen, Mr. President. Don't let them make fear. Now there's two stories. Now they're going all over the place. This guy here in Louisville, Kentucky, let's go to number 23. Now, they're looking for anything, and Joe Scarborough said these 800,000 crisis situations, sad stories that are just going on in this country. People in food lines. We had a depression, economic/recession depression, Joe Scarborough. And you guys did not cry about food lines. We did not see food lines as fast. You don't get a paycheck. Your average, let's say you're getting $35,000 a year. Okay, I'm not telling you that's big money. You're getting $35,000. That's not chump change. So you're getting 35. Wife's getting 35. I better say 35. I better not say you're getting 35, the wife's getting 25. I better say the wife's getting 30. Whatever, I ain't going to waste time. You know what I'm saying? So you get 35, let's say the wife's getting 35. Okay, boom. You got 70 coming in the house. You got to hit a bread line. Well, let me tell you something. If you have to hit a bread line because you didn't get a paycheck in a 2-week period, you got several other problems. One of your problems is your government's taking all your money. Look at the cost of your health care. The government is just stealing your money. Okay? You maybe should think about the taxes that you're having to pay. Second, you got something going on. If a 2-week period shuts you down that quick, you got to find bread. All right? So this guy here, he worked for the government. He's furloughed right now, so he got a job. He got a job as an independent contractor doing cable. He was going to run cable line in Kentucky there and got a job. But you know what? He couldn't get to work. You know why? Because they told him he had to have a EIN number. Do you know what an EIN number? It's an employee identification number. And he is going to be a sole proprietor and run cable. I listened to the whole story with this guy this morning. And they told him he had to have an EIN number. So he called the IRS and he got it on hold. And he said if you're trying to apply at this time for an EIN number, you'll not be able to do it, whatever. So he told a long sob story about he had to have his EIN number to run cable. And he couldn't get the job because the IRS is closed. Well, folks, that's called a W-9, request for taxpayer identification number and certification. Okay? And a W-9, all right, it says, okay, Social Security number, taxpayer identification number, Social Security number, or employer identification number. So let me tell you, guy, the media didn't tell you this morning. They ran your sob story, and we're not buying these sob stories, because if you want to be a sole proprietor in Louisville, Kentucky, and run cable, give them your damn Social Security number and file your taxes. Any sole proprietor in the United States that's not corporated or LLC, you can run under your Social Security number. And I'm going to tell you something, I better not tell you that. I better leave that one alone. I didn't get permission from the individual. But anyhow, I'm just telling you, it's stuff like this. The minute I heard that, he said, well, they told me I couldn't, have the work unless I had an EIN number, and I tried to get my EIN number. No, you didn't have to have an EIN number. Go run that cable. Fill out that W-9. I'll send it to you. It's right here online. Print the damn thing out. I'll send it to you. Fill it out. Go give it to the people. Put your Social Security number down. Start running the cable tomorrow. How many of these sob stories are we going to buy? Not a one. I'm not going to buy them. Here's another one, 25. This is the last one for the day. Federal government shut down endangered SNAP benefits. So this little young lady here, I'm going to be mean. It's hell, what the hell? It's almost over. I'm going to be mean. She's having to probably choose between what? I don't know. Well, guess what? If you're running out, let me tell you something, young lady. If you're running out of food for your child, find your damn baby's daddy and tell your damn baby's daddy that you need food for your child. Because I'm not your damn baby's daddy, and the federal government's not your damn baby's daddy, and that's what's wrong with this damn country today. I'm serious. You just don't realize what this is, just blowing up an explosion of exposure all over this country. It's one of the greatest things Trump's done since he's been president to me. Maybe it's time to bring your damn daddy, baby's daddy, in there and get your damn diapers and your damn milk and whatever you want to feed your baby paid for by a grown-ass man. Or maybe he's too busy shaving with a Gillette razor. Is that the best? Right there should be. Is that the best a man can get? Not raising his damn kids? Not feeding his damn kids? How about that, Gillette? There's your damn commercial. Take that and smoke it. I'll tell you the best a man could get. Let me tell you the best a man could get. Raise your damn kids. That's the best you can get. You can't get any better. Feed them, clothe them, take them to practice and, brag on them and play catch, whatever the hell. Don't put this girl on TV telling me that I'm not providing food for a damn kid. I don't know where that came from. I'm not your damn baby's daddy. Federal government shut down endangered SNAP benefits. You should hear these stories. They're going all over. These are local. This is out in Washington, Channel 2. I don't know where it's at. But if you'll go through all these, they're going through the country finding all these little sob stories. All right, that was WESH, Channel 2, Orlando. Okay, this one, let's go 24, was in Seattle. This is air traffic controller. I picked 4 of them this morning, Seattle. Okay, they've gone out there. This guy was in Kentucky, WAVE3 News, Louisville, Kentucky. Number 22 was Columbus, Ohio, flight safety concerns. All right, it goes on and on, all right. Go to number 21 so I can close. Combined that more than 200 million per workday. I still think it's shocking to the American people that a partial government shutdown equals 800,000 employees. It's costing the American people $200 million a day to keep the workday, to keep those 800,000 employees. And the average income is $77,000. 1/5 of the workers, only 1/5 of these, of the 77,000, make 50,000 or less. Many have said they have a month of savings. Good for you, you got a month of savings. You get back to work. All I know to do is call Nancy Pelosi and tell her to get off her ass, get over there, and sign the deal, because the president's not going to crack. I'm going to tell you this, if the president will wait for this State of the Union and not budge, He wins this one, baby. Win. He's a winner. Winner. Hey, it's the gambler. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Nancy will fold them. You go to the State of the Union, Mr. President. We'll take a brief break. We're going to come back. Have you missed? Did you do a New Year's resolution and then it didn't work out very well? And maybe you're disappointed with yourself that it already flopped. Maybe it didn't. What is it? How do you create a habit or whatever? We're going to talk to Dr. Markwell as soon as we return from Ridgeline Counseling. Take a break, Josh.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
We're more than just $5 medium one-topping pizzas, stuffed garlic knots, breadsticks, bone-out wings, pasta, and new Cinnabon mini rolls. We're the $5 lineup with the best sides for your pizza.
$5 each.
Choose 2 or more, $5 each. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Okay, joining us now, Dr. David Markwell from Ridgeline Counseling. And welcome to the show, Dr. Markwell. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing fine, Brian. How are you? Got a good start to the new year?
Yes, good start to the new year. Can't complain, and that's something I want to talk about. Although we are, already halfway through January, the new year, a lot of people make resolutions, and they want to turn over a new leaf. Some do in the new year. what are some of the things, that's our topic today, New Year's resolutions, along with habits, and that's the reason I wanted to discuss this one. But what are some of the number one things that you see that people make a New Year's resolution? And then I'm gonna throw a fastball.
Okay.
The fastball is, what is the most successful New Year's resolution that you see that people are able to have success with? How about that?
Wow, that is a fastball. I'd even call that a curveball.
Okay.
Well, what's interesting is you're exactly right. With the beginning of, the ending of one particular year and the ushering in a new year, there is not just simply in advertisements, but in people's lives. This whole concept of New Year's resolutions, where a person, if you look at the idea of a resolution, there's that part of solution in that word, and the idea of like trying to resolve or find solutions for things that are maybe a good beginning. I know a lot of times people will eat certain foods as a beginning, some to represent money and some good fortune and those kind of things. But most often, you can definitely tell by commercials, a lot of times it has to do around like getting into shape physically, because you see all kinds of gym memberships that are being offered, eating better. You see all these different types of food and diet industries that are kind of focusing in on that and offering coupons for good deals on certain foods that they have. And a lot of times, the ones we don't hear much about are the ones where maybe someone is just deciding for the new year to be, maybe more patient than they were in the past, or less impulsive as they have been in the past, or whatever. So you don't see many, commercializations on that. But the truth of it is, and it's interesting, here we are mid-January, the estimates are that about 80% of people who make resolutions by the end of the first month at the most have already dropped out of that resolution or have broken the resolution. So the chances are that a lot of us by this point in time have already kind of like spit and sputtered or faltered a little bit.
Well, and I wanted to stay with this topic and this week, knowing we were already deep into January, and statistically, a lot of the resolutions made on January 1st have already come and gone, sadly without success for most of us, including myself. But the reason I said I wanted to throw that fastball is, how does habit play into it? Because my understanding is, resolution, you could say that, but if repetition, and there's a period of time when something turns into a habit. So how important is it? How do we develop our habits, break our habits, or turn our resolutions into success through habit?
And that's a great, connection there, because, the concept of a resolution very often is people beginning to either write down their goals, or they begin talking about their goals. But when you start throwing in the term, habit, you're kind of branching into more of a commitment through behaviors and actions. And that's where very often the resolutions begin to kind of falter some, because on paper it looks great, but in practice it begins to, spit and sputter, as I mentioned earlier. So from a habit standpoint, years ago I remember reading an article that said if you do something regularly for a space of like 7 to 14 days, you'll form a habit. The research now is showing, which is encouraging, but I think for some people very discouraging, is that it takes about 90 days of consistent habitual work or a pattern to something to actually implement the strongest ability to form a positive habit or to stop a negative habit. And so that, it does take a little bit of work. It does take a little bit of time, and it's not that quick fix of, 7, 10, 14 days.
Are all habits bad? I mean, sometimes we say, well, that's a bad habit. What are some good habits and what are some bad habits, if we're able to identify a couple?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the discussion about, addictions, are all addictions good or all addictions bad? Most of the time addictions are thrown into a realm of addictions are bad. The truth of it is, as humans, if you want to use the term habit or if you want to use the term addiction, the key for us is to keep moving toward more positive or productive habits or more positive, productive addictions, although we don't sometimes see addiction in that type of term. So those things that would bring more, as the saying is, health and happiness is what you want. And as I mentioned earlier, the quickest way sometimes that people try to go at things is like the big changes, like, I want to lose 50 pounds by the end of the month, or I want to be able to, stop smoking, when in fact it's very challenging for people very often because of the ingredients in cigarettes or other types of habits that haven't been productive in creating happiness in their life. So usually the ones that are better are the ones that are more, there's this acronym that was used years ago, you may be familiar with it, called SMART goals, SMART. And basically, you take those letters and you look at it from the standpoint of S stands for specific. So when you set a habit or a goal, it needs to be specific. It's not just simply, I want to lose weight. It might be, I want to lose 2 pounds this month. M is measurable. You want something that you can kind of measure in increments. You could say, well, if I look at this week compared to last week, I haven't lost my temper as much as I did the previous week. A is attainable. A lot of times we will set goals for ourselves that definitely, now I could set a goal for myself that is going to probably be a little more difficult for me than maybe when I was in my 20s. And then when you look at it, the letter R means realistic. Is it something that realistically is something that I can do in my life? And then T stands for timetable. You want to have some kind of schedule or outcome-based evidence. So when you're doing the habits, the ones that are healthy, that bring physical health, spiritual health, emotional health, those are the ones that you want to kind of use, and those are the habits that usually are more effective for us.
So when we're looking at a new goal, you need to be able. It's got to be a realistic something that can be obtained. As you're going through, because let me ask this. I don't know how this sounds, but like if you have a bad habit like smoking, do you quit a bad habit, or are you actually replacing a bad habit with a good habit? Because at the end of 90 days, you don't smoke anymore. You may say, I don't have a habit anymore, but are you actually having to create an alternative habit to break bad habits?
Well, it depends on the person, but yes, a lot of times that's part of the replacement process. And in the world of behavioral therapy, there are two major approaches to trying to create change in our life. There is one that's more instantaneous, which basically is you go cold turkey, or if you're afraid of, heights, you go to the top of the building and you force yourself to look out over 12 stories down or whatever. And then the other side is what's called systematic desensitization. You systematically desensitize yourself to the things that are creating the negative issues in your life. So, for example, with smoking, there's some research shows that some people do better by just stopping. Others, though, need to do the step-down process. And, of course, you'll see on commercials where people will talk about certain patches or gum and those kind of things. That works for some, for others it doesn't. But in the long run, you're exactly right. It is trying to replace one thing that is habitually being a pattern of our life that's not bringing a level of happiness and pleasure and maybe satisfaction to ourselves and people, and moving to something that's healthier and more positive.
Well, nicotine is a drug, and when we have a habit that involves any kind of drug, and I'm not, trying to put it in the same category as opiates or anything else like that, but still yet it's a drug, and when you have that habit or that addiction, which you have, is there not a difference in breaking that habit than the habit of chewing your fingernails?
Yes, it is because of the chemical component of it. For some people, in fact, research is showing they've done studies throughout the years of people trying to break, in particular, with a chemical reaction or, let's say, for example, a habit to some type of drug-related behavior. And generally speaking, within the top three most challenging, of course, is nicotine because of just that component. So that is where the research is showing that for some people, and you may know and others may recognize, family and friends that one day decided, I'm not doing it anymore. They throw away their cigarettes and they never smoke again. And others, they may try that, but then may need something more directive and systematic in their life. So it really depends on the person. The same could be true for people who are trying to go on a diet. A lot of people go on those really quick crash fad diets, and other people need to just slowly, methodically try to just reduce, cut out maybe one Coke a week or whatever by creating, as you said, another habit in replacing it with water or maybe something that doesn't have as many calories.
Well, I would think, and I know I'm just so interested in this subject today of New Year's resolutions, but maybe a lot of New Year's resolutions aren't connected to a personal emotion or a situation that takes place, and I think more things are for example, like smoking. I'd say my daughter was about 8 years old when she came home from school and told me the smoking was bad. And I said, okay, it's bad. I think maybe I should quit. So it wasn't a New Year's resolution that I quit smoking. It was my daughter, the emotional connection there, and me saying, you're right. Do we not sometimes do better when something like that takes place in our life than just, hey, it's January 1st and I'm going to change?
Exactly. That's a very good point, because a lot of times people who will write something down on December 31st or January the 1st, and then, as I mentioned to you, by the end of the month, 80% of those of us who do that very often are no longer even attempting to do it. We need to look at it from the standpoint of not defining our resolution by a certain day like January the 1st, but more along the lines of what you said. That was really a day of your resolution when your daughter came home and said that to you. That was your resolution that you began that process. And so I always encourage people who may have been telling me in a session that, hey, I'm going to try to do this as a New Year's resolution, and then they come into a session a couple of weeks later and they're kind of down on themselves about, well, I'm not doing that anymore, is to try to get them, as you just said, not look at it as a date on a calendar, but just it's a starting point, and we can start our resolutions really any particular time. It doesn't have to be defined by a calendar.
Well, that's what reason I wanted to go ahead with this topic is we maybe have listeners that have already, went the wrong direction of their resolutions and may not feel good about it, and don't let January 1st be your determining day that life had to change.
Exactly. Any day can be a day of a resolution.
Absolutely. Dr. Markwell, anything else concerning habits that we've been discussing this morning or resolutions in general?
No, I would just encourage everybody to look at, every day as a day of a new beginning, and that we can start and stop whatever we need to at any particular time.
Dr. Markwell, we appreciate you being with us today. You have a nice day. It's Dr. David Markwell, and he's with Ridgeline Counseling, and the phone number is there on the screen, 706-314-8807. Dr. David Markwell, Ridgeline Counseling. Don't miss our next segment, and that'll be types of parenting style. There'll be different parenting issues. See if I can say that 3 times fast. Setting boundaries, types of parenting styles, suggested parenting books. I have to quit trying that. Dr. David Markwell, Ridgeline Counseling. There's the number on the screen.